This is Dan Seifert with mobileburn.com, and what I have in front of me here is the mophie Juice Pack Plus Outdoor Edition for the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S. Now, the mophie Juice Pack Plus Outdoor Edition is essentially the same hardware as the Juice Pack Plus that has been on the market for some time now, a little bit over a year. And it offers a internal battery inside the case that gives you twice the battery life of your iPhone 4 or iPhone 4S. Now, the difference between the Outdoor Edition and the non-Outdoor Edition is the Outdoor Edition comes in this snazzy orange and green color scheme, but also it includes access to mophie's new Outdoor application, which we'll take a look at in a couple minutes. But for starters, just taking a quick look at the case. We've already seen this before, but it's essentially the same exact thing. It's a two-piece design, so you can slide your iPhone into it and then put the cap on top of it. You've got access to your ringer toggle switch on the side, volume up and down keys there, power, sleep, unlock keys available there, and then you've got access to the 3.5mm headphone jack. The buttons are pretty solid, they work pretty well, and you can use it with either iPhone 4 or iPhone 4S, CDMA or GSM, doesn't matter, it's all compatible. Below the actual iPhone's display, you've got ports here for the microphone and the speaker, so it actually redirects the sound back towards you if you're watching a video, which is a nice thing. Down here at the bottom, you've got a gauge for the internal battery, so you can hit that button and it lights up and it shows you how much battery life you have left. And next to that is a switch, so you can turn on and off the battery. So if I hit the switch on, you can see my iPhone lights up, indicates that it's charging, and then I can turn it off and disable the charging. To the other side, you've got a micro USB port that's used for charging the internal battery. It also works as a pass-through too, though, so it'll charge the iPhone's battery itself, and it allows you to sync as well. So if you are wanting to sync with your computer, you can do that right through the micro USB port. You don't need to remove the iPhone from the case. Now, the case itself is about 18mm thick, so it's about twice the thickness of your standard iPhone, which is just about 9mm, so it is noticeably thicker, and it adds about 71 grams of weight to the iPhone's 140 grams. So it's a solid feeling thing, but it offers a 2000 milliamp hour battery inside of it, so that gives you roughly twice as much battery life, which is certainly useful and handy, especially if you are outdoors tracking yourself with GPS. On the back here, you've got access to the camera. The camera and the flash are unimpeded by the case, so you can use all the camera functions as well. So that's the case itself, and we're going to take a look at the software here in a moment that comes with it. That's a little bit more interesting than just the case. Now, included with the purchase of the mophie Juice Pack Plus Outdoor Edition is access to the Outdoor application produced by mophie and access to the maps that come along with that. You can download the application from the iTunes App Store, and then you are provided with the code in the packaging of the Outdoor case that gives you access to the mapping services for a year. So if we open that up, we can take a look at it. So when you first open it up, you're presented with a few options. You can tour the user guide, download offline maps, which is certainly usable if you're going to be trekking out in the woods where you might not have cellular signal. You can go to your library of installed apps, or you can just directly enter the tracking mode. So if we open up the tracking mode, what it'll do is it offers you a map. We can find my particular location here, and it jumps right to where I am located. And then you've got options for recording your particular trail walk. So if you happen to be navigating a trail or hiking in the mountains, you can record it and refer back to it later on, and you can mark wayfinding points and stuff like that. So you've got access to markers here, so you can drop a marker right there and you can save it. Then once you've dropped your marker, you have access to other things. You can see stats and stuff if you've been recording. You can clear the map as well. If you hit the map icon on the upper left, you got access to various map services. You can use the Accuterra maps, Google Road Maps, or Google Satellite Maps. And it does note that if you use the Google services, you will need a network connection. You can download particular maps. So if we jump here, we can see a list of different maps that might be applicable to me where I'm located here in New York, but there's maps all over the country that you can download. You can also browse by categories. So you can download specific state park maps, ski resort maps, rec areas, stuff like that. There's different featured maps that Accuterra has highlighted here. And then you can, of course, search, and you can check out the maps that you've specifically downloaded. This little arrow here lets you drop down an icon for where various things like a walking trail start, a campsite, picnic tables, stuff like that, so you can mark the map with your various findings. You can search the map like so. You got direct access to the search, and you can of course turn the grid icon off, and then you can tap and hold on the grid to download a particular area offline, which I've already downloaded here, as you can see. Now if you go back to the map function, you can grab the help settings, help menu here, which gives you a little tutorial on how to use it. And then if you go to the settings menu, you've got different settings for your GPS settings, your sharing settings. You get a legend for what all the icons mean. And then you've got an online help access as well. So there you go. That's a quick look at the mophie Juice Pack Plus Outdoor Edition for the iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S. As we stated earlier, it's essentially the same hardware as the Juice Pack Plus, but it comes in this snazzy green and orange color scheme if this happens to be your thing. And then it also includes access to mophie's outdoor application, so you can use it while you're hiking or trekking in trails and stuff like that, and track your whereabouts quickly and easily, and then refer back to them later on. You can pick this up from Mophie Direct or through various retailers. It sells for about $19.99, and there you go. It's a mophie Juice Pack Plus Outdoor Edition for the iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S. This is Dan Seifert with mobileburn.com.